inspiration and ideas for your home. Brought to you by Amish Oak and Americana Furnishings. City of Detroit Lakes Public Utilities. Harvest Homes. Janky Sew and Vac. And Paul Davis.
Hi, I'm Josh from Detroit Lakes Public Utilities, and we're here today to talk to you about what to do during a power outage. We've got Roger Molson here. He's going to go through the steps and what you can do in your home, and then kind of take you through the process and walk you through what to do if you do actually have a power outage.
Customers come home, or you come home for anywhere, and you notice that you have places in your home that doesn't have electricity. Lights aren't on. First thing you need to do is check your breakers or your fuses to make sure that they are all on. And a lot of times what you're going to need to do is make sure you got a flashlight handy, because you may be in the dark. And what I do is I keep one of these little buggers handy. I got 2-3 of them around my house. They're LED batteries. They last for a long time. I just keep them handy because you could very well be stumbling around in the dark. So you come down to your breaker panel, you open it up, you take a look and see what you got, and then what my rule of thumb is, I look right down the row of breakers to see if there's any that's tripped. In this case here, we have one that is tripped, and what you need to do on some of them is you need to reset them before you click it back on. So you push it to in this case it's going to be to the right, and then back on, and then that part should be back on. If it isn't back on, what you do is you look at your main. And up here on the main breaker here, you're going to have an off and an on. So this here breaker here is on. So that should be good. But if the power still isn't on, then what you need to do is you need to go and take a look at your meter. And what we have here, this is the mechanical meter. And what you're going to see, if this is the type of meter you have in your house, is that there is a little disc underneath here with a little black mark on there that will go around. It'll be going clockwise. And if that is turning, then you know that the issue with the power is between the meter and your breaker box. But if that meter is not turning, then you need to call our emergency line, and that is 218-847-7609. We have people on call 24/7. We have an answering service that takes these calls. And when you make that call to the answering service, say it's after hours, and you make that call to the answering service, they're going to ask you some questions. First of all, you need to know where you live. They're asking your name. And believe it or not, one of the most frequent things is people don't know if they're even our customer. It's as funny as it is, they don't know who they pay their light bill to. So you need to make sure that you're a customer of the Detroit Lakes Public Utilities. You pay your light bill to us. And then they're going to ask you where you live, your address, and what type of outage you have. So you're going to give them your name, your address, and say you've checked your breakers, the meter is stopped, you talk to your neighbors, they don't have power or they do have power. Any information that you can give the answering service so they can relay that to our linemen would definitely be beneficial. On occasion, like we got the season of our summer storms going to be coming through, thunder, lightning, wind, so on. If you see any wires down or if you see them low, definitely stay away from them. Call the 847-7609 number. If you see, hear a bang and all of a sudden your lights go out and you know where it is, or if you see arcing on the pole, any type of information that you can give the answering service or our linemen that are going to come out and check on this is definitely going to be beneficial. One other thing is to remember that when you have power interruption, you need to make sure you call that number. Don't email or FaceTime or however. You know, make sure you call that number. That way there is someone on the other end of it that is going to receive that message, and then they will in turn send it to our customer or our line crews that are on call. We strive for service to be as best as we can do. Reliability is fantastic, and
Yeah, we keep track of reliability every year, and year after year, we're right around that 99.999% reliable. So thanks to the great work Roger and his crew have done, we do have a high level of service in Detroit Lakes. But if you ever do encounter a situation where the power is out, it's a great idea to follow the steps that Roger just went through, and don't hesitate to call. Just try to make sure you've got as much information as you can, and our crews will be out there as soon as possible to get power restored.
Thank you for watching For the Home, brought to you by Amish Oak and Americana Furnishings. City of Detroit Lakes Public Utilities. Harvest Homes. Janky Sew and Vac. And Paul Davis.